Sangaria se non muanetei Sanaria se na
topic where you have to be in the flow. It's you, if you're not in the flow on stage, you can't work. And this is also a very high challenge, but it starts very easy. For example, people are now locked down in this corona crisis. People, you have to ask yourself, where is your focus? Is it on this thing, on the bad news and all that stuff? Or is it more on the positive side? What can we actually do? For example, if you're working online, that's the best time, that's the prime time for you, because all the people are online. Big companies are not using so much ads, and they're putting down their advertising costs. So right now, if you're working online, that's the best opportunity for you ever. But there are also people who are not working online, maybe offline, maybe they can't even work. So maybe if that is you, you can ask yourself, okay, what's the next step I can do? So we were just talking about the topic flow. So back in the days, I was an engineer. So let me define that. What is actually the flow state? Flow state is that moment when you lose track of time, when you're working on a task and your focus is so deep in the moment and everything is happening by magic. That's this flow state. Yeah, you don't have any resistance, it's just going, it's just flowing, as we say. And now the question is, how can we get it? How can we get in our flow state? I hope that most people once in their life was already in a flow state where everything may click and they just achieved awesome results. How can we get there? The thing with flow is the biggest moment, the biggest achievement you will get if you are really, really deep in the flow. And the more deep you are in the flow, the greater the challenge is you are actually challenged by. So if you have a very big challenge and a big skill and you match them, then the possibility is really good that you come in a deep flow. So first of all, know your destination. Where do you want to go? What's your final goal? Where you want to be? Where you want to come? And this can be in the first moment. So for example, you have this big goal. You want to start a business. You want to find your dream partner. You want to, I don't know, you want to buy a house or something like this. Line up your dominoes. So in the end, you have maybe a giant project and see, okay, what are the milestones on my way which I can achieve? And maybe start with the most important here is that you have something that you can execute. So for example, if you want to start a business online and you start with something like, I build a website, but you have no idea how to build a website, that's not executable. Executable would be, if you don't know it, would be something like, let's check a tutorial how to build a website. And then you can do that. And then that leads to the next step. So always be sure that you know your next step and what it is.